Hello, ruins. Oh, they work now. Okay, so that must be one of the ones. Because Terry Pratchett, I mean, whatever they... Atchett? They called him Atchett in this game. Sent us on instructions to go find 2 ruins or place... Oh, no, a ruin and an abandoned location... Abandoned school. So I went to that tavern thinking it might be the abandoned school. It was not. But this might be the ruins? Because I don't think I was able to come into this place last time. So let's go look for our hidden asset. By the way, I accidentally touched the controls for a moment ago. Let's go ahead and review the mouse controls really quick, because this is kind of interesting. So the game has, interestingly, the interface in the bottom corner explicitly is shaped like gamepad, even when you play with keyboard and mouse. Which is kind of noteworthy, because like a game like Deus Ex Mankind Divided, I don't know about Human Revolution, if you press the spacebar or something, or anything on the keyboard, and it switches to keyboard controls, it actually just spawns like a 1 through 10 thing on the bottom of the screen that is all your hotkeys for skills being assigned, and stuff like that, as opposed to the D-pad in the corner normally. So like, a lot of games actually are good about this. Meanwhile, what is this, like... So you have to spam left click over and over again to do the melee attack. It does home in on where you're aiming, which is nice. And then right click, then shoots your projectile attack. This is probably the one part of the entire game that has better controls on PC, I mean on keyboard and mouse, than on gamepad, because right clicking to shoot is obviously more accurate than trying to figure out the exact angle of your joystick. This one's going to be a little iffy though. Is that middle mouse? Yep. You have to use middle mouse to do that. And then spacebar is roll. Which isn't the most that's not super unintuitive, but it's weird that it's mapped on the right part of this thing. Nothing about this makes sense. Like, it's so poorly constructed that the one that's left click is to the right of the one that's right click. Like, they could at least make it so that this is there. Like, if I were to reconstruct this little D-pad thing here, I would put the spacebar one on the bottom, and then I'd put this left click on the left, the middle click on the middle, and the right click on the right. At least then it would visually make sense to you, like more intuitively, what each one meant, because the left one would be left click, right would be right click, center, the top would be middle click, and then spacebar is the bottom of the keyboard, so it intuitively makes sense to put it on the bottom of the orientation. Instead, you just have to memorize these and never look at this as any sort of reference, because the icons are too small to read on the fly of the moment. So you just gotta get used to it and just accept that, which admittedly is not unreasonable, because the game does not have complicated controls, but this entire visual representation falls apart immediately when they try to do it this way. And then this is extra baffling. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It really should just be a horizontal line of icons, but instead it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And so, yeah, good luck intuitively looking at that wheel and remembering which one's which. Let's just say I'm happy I have a gamepad. And this digression was pointless and aggravating to some people, but I thought it was worth pointing out. So there. That's the hallmark of a bad PC port, unfortunately. I think this game's on PS4 or Xbox One or both. I forget now. I know it's on PS4 because it costs more on PS4. If I remember correctly, I got this game for like $12 or $10. Like, it was already cheaper on PC, but also at a sale for launch, like Steam games often do. But then I believe the PS4 version costs $20 even or something. So you pay extra for that version for some reason. Thankfully, I've got options. That's one of the upsides of having all the different platforms, is you can pick accordingly, but obviously that comes with the assumption that you're investing hundreds of dollars into getting all the different platforms, which is not exactly a money saver in the long term, admittedly. What did we get here? Got 2 more points to spend. Should I just go further down this tree again, or fire? No, yeah, I remember now. I wanted to go down fire because I was curious about what's going on with that. I really do have to put points into this, huh? Yeah, I think I just have to max out every single skill in the tree to get to the bottom. That's not good either, honestly. A skill tree should have options in it and let you pick one thing over another and stuff like that. But it seems that if you want to get to the bottom of the skill tree in this one, you just have to get every single skill in the skill tree. At that point, it might as well be a skill line. Get out of here. Get out of here. So this is a new enemy. We haven't seen one of those for a while. Something different. They're like... They must be halflings, actually. Because now that I'm looking at them, I thought they might be goblins of some kind, but now I'm looking at them and they look like they're just humans in like Viking helms or something along those lines. But not the real Viking helms, the fantasy Viking helms. But then they also sound like children. Hello. Oh, I know you. I know you. There we go. They sound childlike or small, and usually the high-pitched voice indicates that they're supposed to be just reduced size people. So they're probably halflings ultimately. Hey there. Yeah, I could wail on that guy for an eternity, or I could just do a ground pound for a second. So the damage balance is pretty out of whack too. When I say fantasy Viking helm, for those of you that don't know, I don't know, some of you might not know, Viking helms did not have horns on them. That's not, the horns make no sense on a helmet. It's like, hey, you want to give your head a nice handle so it's really easy to grab the top of your head and slit your throat? What a great idea. Congratulations, Vikings, you're all dead. No. Instead, the Viking horns were invented by a playmaker like hundreds of years later when he was representing those people. Because it's the equivalent of like an invented racial stereotype or a historical fiction when somebody just makes up something about a different culture for the sake of their own story or their own misconceptions. In this case, I don't think it was a misconception at all. I think he literally just... and this is where it gets shaky because I don't know the details about why he added horns, but I assume it's that he just thought they looked cool. and he was making a play or whatever and just had an idea to make his thing visually interesting. But no, Viking horns were not a thing. Ow, pain. You guys are durable, aren't you? And I can't really see you past the trees. Oh, top-notch encounter design. Alright. They're just spamming that stuff, too. These ruins seem like I'm getting into something, though. Oh, hi. More and more enemies. This is probably not a good thing, actually. Okay. This is how trouble happens. I wish they could at least hurt themselves. That'd actually be kind of a fun mechanic if I could lure them into their own attack and then kill them with their own attack. That'd be kind of cool. But instead, kind of nothing happens. Hey there. Gotta be really careful because we can't spam healing potions. There we go. I've got to not just soak up damage even though I have a pool of heals because I can't use them infinitely. I have to wait. Hey, it's a dragon cube. Oh crap! 4. Okay, cool. Bad time. I forgot that the game doesn't pause when you're talking to things, so I almost died. Come on, healing prompt. Alright, let's take care of these worms, because they're easily the most dangerous thing I'm dealing with right now. There we go. Nope, no thank you. Did the spellcasters die or get bored? It's a real question. It sounds like a fake question, but I'm serious. Like, did they just leave? So I now have 4 of the 7 Dragon Balls. Lizard cubes. Copyright indistinct lizard cubes. This is what they're now called. Spellcasters? No? Have I found anyone who wants those yet? Oh, hello. There he is. I was wondering what happens to you. Don't mind me as I spam my most powerful ability until you die. These are some shaky ruins. I actually like that detail that the pillars coming out of its support and this whole thing's bowing because it's getting ready to fall because the pillars aren't holding it up correctly. It's actually constructed in a way that kind of makes sense in that it should not stand and is reflecting that. Oh. Hello, Son Goku. Sam Groku. Hi, friend. Are you interested in a little quest? Your hair? What's with your hair? Is that a wig? That's not a wig, it's all natural. Yeah, sure. You look like a glowing asparagus. Hey, don't mess with my hairstyle. When my hair is up like this, it means you should be careful. It's my battle hair. So, like a cat?
not like a cat, it's a transformation. Energy flows through my body, giving me immense power. It's something that only happens to 1 in a billion trillion of my people. Look, we all like to feel like a special snowflake, but walking around with an artichoke-shaped wig is not going to fool anyone. This is not a wig, this is power incarnate. If you were so rare, you were to be revered by your people instead of being here, rotting in the middle of nowhere. I'll let you know, I'm the last of my people. Oh, so you're the last of your people and the fucking chosen one. What else? A lycanthrope? Oh, I'm dead now. Alright. Thanks for designing your game so that can happen. If you don't mind me, I'll be replaying this entire dungeon from my last manual save location, which was, at the inn. Okay. We're fighting demons! Ah! Now there's demons attacking us. Oh. Have I spawned attackers? You know what? I'm gonna come back to you, buddy. I'm gonna come back to you. There's clearly more enemies in this area, and I'm just gonna deal with that first, or this will happen. Oh look, it's the exact guy who killed me last time. How do I get over there? Where am I? Can't really get past the staircase. Alright, we'll come back to Son Goku later. I mean, Sam Groku. Because this area, yeah, this area is full of enemies that apparently aggro onto you when you go up to Sam Groku, and then they pass through this entire maze and murder you. So, that should probably get a patch. That's not good. That's not good. That should have... Honestly, this is something that should have come up in playtesting. This is not a... This on the long list of things... Usually I say a bunch of things that are related to, like, some kind of, I don't know, like, technical issue, or like, oh, that's just what the game is, like, that's what they were capable of doing for combat or interface design. But this, in particular, is the kind of thing that is, the type of thing that should have come up in playtesting and should have been fixed at some point, because it shouldn't have hit the final product. The idea that, like, a horde of enemies aggro onto you, and when you're in a moment where you're meant to find someone to talk to and then read his dialogue, and what am I supposed to skip all of his dialogue to escape my death? Like that, I doubt skipping dialogue's ever intended in this game, because the writing's the primary thing that props it up. Here we go. Really, the game needs to either pause or make you invincible whenever you enter combat. Making us invincible is probably the easiest solution, because at least if we were like, it'd be really awkward that we were invincible, because people would be attacking us, making noise, and it would make the game look really janky. But at least you wouldn't have that happen. So it's like it'd be a stopgap fix. But ultimately, you'd want to have the time pause whenever you're You'd want to have time pause whenever you're in a conversation to avoid this possibility from happening at all. I cannot see what's going on right now, which is problematic because the damage is on the ground. Hey, the trends are back. Ow. There also seems to be an issue where explosions linger for a while, which is weird. The impact happens, and then after the impact happens, I walk towards it, and then I get thrown backwards. I'm like, that's... I think explosions are supposed to be a singular force that happens once, but they seem to instead create a knockback field that lingers for a while, which is strange. Because then that means that you can watch an explosion happen, then walk towards it, and then get thrown back, and I'm like, huh? It's like it's a consistent repulsion force instead. Hey guys. It's also weird how you can watch all of those goblins spawn into place one by one in front of you. Oh well. I almost wonder if this whole project would have been better served as like an animation project. Like if they had somebody, if they were able to get a hold of like some animators, like the old Newgrounds crew type people. But of course that's no small deal either. That honestly might be more time intensive and difficult and expensive than making this game, admittedly. Animation's ridiculous. Oh. Alright. Can you guys come over here and fight me on your own without the Goblin Horde? Because... there we go. The flurry of damage I was taking was getting unmanageable really quickly. Oh crap. He followed up. was like, oh cool, the fire's over. And then I went into the other person's fire. Whoops. I believe I see the relic up there, at least, that I'm here for. So at least that part is accomplishing something. I just rolled around like a lunatic and then fixed the fire problem. I guess that's one way to avoid the damage. If you keep spinning fast enough, he can't auto-correct around. He can't self-correct fast enough to hurt you. It's a circle strafe, just in a genre you don't expect circle strafing to work in, which is a top-down RPG. Oh my goodness. Okay, damage is happening. Also, I leveled up again. Oh.
Wizard's block.
Ow.
I'm too old for this shit.
Ow. Sorry, I'm trying to level up real quick. Partly out of a hope that maybe it'll give me a little health. It won't. Ah.
Personal space here.
Oh. Y'all seem nice. Please die. Careful. Gotcha. Come on. Gotcha. We're fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I've leveled up like 3 or 4 times over the course of the last 15 minutes. Just the density of enemies. What a curious gem. It looks like a tear. A yellow, greenish, purple colored tear. Huh. Must be the ocarine tear. Ah ha ha ha. Come on. I can't move. What can I move? Oh, they're all dead, so who cares? Okay. They must have fully surrounded me, but I couldn't see it past the giant pillar in my way. Alright, yeah, this is where a rotatable camera would come in handy, and where invincibility during or a pause during dialogue would be coming in handy. They literally put interactive objects that have mandatory multi-page conversation dialogue pop up, and that happens... That ends up happening... Oopsie. Those guys are dangerous. It ends up happening in dangerous locations where hordes of enemies are coming after you. Come on. Ow. Ow. Everything hurts. The casters aren't such a big deal, it's just you gotta deal with all the melee users that are trying to cloud on you, because those guys cause some damage. Like, in this kind of genre, usually you can kind of tank hits pretty easily in like a Diablo type game. So having a horde of enemies on you isn't that usually that big of a deal, because you're usually having like a stats battle against them. It's like, aha, my stats versus your stats. Let's see who wins. In this game though, you get covered in a horde like that, it's like you're going to die in like 2 seconds. Better start rolling. Can I loot you guys? Nope. No slime loot today. Ow, did I get hit by that? Got stuck behind my own power. That's my fault, admittedly. There we go. Hey, mana. And you're clear. Oh! There's so many stragglers and you can't see them past the walls. I gotta clear out every single straggler or I'm gonna get attacked during our hilarious Goku conversation that's now had its pacing killed by the fact that I died in the middle of it. I'm sure I come across as bitchy right now, but it can't be an intended design. Like, this can't be the intended experience for the developer to be like, oh yeah, the player died mid-conversation. Ever. That's probably something the developer probably never wants to have happen. So is this one of the portals that I do for that quest? I just walked through you. Well, it's empty now, so that's done at least. Is there... There does not appear to be a treasure behind it? Oddly enough. Alright, well there's that. The infinite waves of enemies coming from up there are at least taken care of. Alright, and we got one of Terry Pratchett's special devices. We got the teardrop rune. So we have the teardrop. We need to get the, what was it called? The main hero... Oh, the anti-hero hat or something like that. And that's gonna be in the, abandoned school? I'll find that somewhere. I think I've already found it. I think it was one of the many locations I tried to interact with that I couldn't use. But now this giant like tower defense maze has been cleared, I should be safe to talk to Sam Groku at long last. He'll tell me about his deep dark secrets, and maybe I'll get a closer look at that grave. Come on, little girl, keep up. It's just a very long and an elaborate walking path. this actually genuinely feels like some sort of weird stab at tower defense games with the way that it has such a bizarre, like, maze pattern that the end all the mobs had to walk down, and they were coming at us in waves, and each wave was a different unit type. That actually does give you the feel of that. What is that? It's a grave with blue on it. It's too small to make out. It might be a glove. It's hard to say. Let's see, your hair. What's with your hair? Let's see. Gotta catch up a little bit. If you were so rare, you would be revered by your people instead of being here, rotting in the middle of nowhere. I'll let you know that I'm the last of my people. Oh? So you're both the last of your people and the fucking chosen one. What else, a lycanthrope? Have some respect here. I could destroy the whole planet if I got angry. All you have destroyed so far are the laws of statistical probability. Well, that was really close to the end, too. Quest. I think he said something along the lines like, are you up for a little quest? Depends on the quest. I'm in dire need of 7 dragon cubes, artifacts of great power. They can summon a magical being that grants wishes. You mean all kinds of wishes? No matter how insane or ambitious? Sure. Are you going to wish for some real hair so you can ditch that wig? No! I need them for something important, and this is not a wig. Oh, of course, my mistake. So 7 cubes that grant wishes. How? There's a powerful being inside, a dragon, and it has the power to make all your wishes come true. Dragons have power, alright, but they usually use it to make all their wishes come true. Not this one. He will bend to the will of whoever gathers the 7 dragon cubes. Sure. And where exactly are those things? They are scattered all over the world. I don't have any plans to go all over the world at the moment, but if I happen to stumble upon them by chance, I'll let you know. Great, if you help me, I'll let you formulate one of the wishes yourself. I really only need to use one. Great. This kind of thing never ends up badly. So that's a big enough taunt for me to go through with it. If I grab all the dragon cubes, I get to meet the eternal dragon and make a wish. I have to see how that pans out. Do I hand out any number of them? Nope. Oh no, this is all the dialogue again. Okay. Skipping time. Interesting that they will redo the entire conversation from scratch. They didn't write a backup conversation for if you re-ask. That's like a summarized, like, let's go over this again type thing. So I grabbed one of them right outside. I think they put that here in the ruins just to make sure you've seen one of them, so you know what to look for everywhere else. Because it's really out in the open here and obvious, and it probably is built for that purpose. What? There's enemies still here? I can never be free of them. That's so dangerous when you try to have conversations. Get out of here. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So the question is where all the dragon cubes are. And I also need to figure out if this game has like a point of no return, where I can't go seeking those things out anymore. Because I just wonder how much I need to prioritize getting the dragon cubes, or if I'll get in trouble with it. Like if I dilly-dally for a little too long, if I dilly-dally shilly-shally, like, will the game end before I get the cubes? Gotta be careful about that. Because, especially earlier in the game, there were some really long stretches where you didn't really have control over where you were going. It's only really recently that that's changed a bit. I'm not supposed to be able to walk here, because that camera's clipping through. Whoops. I'll find my way out. So how about you? You're in the middle of the forest. I don't think I've tried this portal yet. I had trouble with one of them. How many were there? 9? And I've already completed at least 5 of them because we already got the reward for completing roughly half of them. So I think the mobs for each one might be fixed. So I should just avoid the one that was really tough until I level up a bit more. But the other ones might not be so bad. They really are the definition of a grind, though. That said, doing some of these will make the other ones easier because they themselves are a grind. So they prep you for the other ones, basically. Grab that gold. The gold's also useful for if you want to pick up quest items and stuff like that. Or healing items. Gotcha. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of mana potions. I think I have like 1. So I gotta be careful with how I use those. Nope. Definitely gonna heal periodically though. Next time I go into town, I'll have to... Oh, hey.
is the Beholder. Next time I go into town, I'll have to try to stock up on healing potions, because as long as I have those, everything else can kind of keep going. So originally I thought I couldn't hurt them while they had their barrier on. Oh, that was easy. Originally I thought I couldn't hurt them when they were bubbled, but it seems that instead I can hurt them while they're bubbled. But instead, I just couldn't see the damage numbers, because the damage numbers themselves are affected by the weird distortion effect that the bubble does. Something about layers, where like the numbers are actually weirdly on a lower layer of effects than the bubble itself. So they end up being distorted. We've got a lot of these done now, right? That one's done. I don't actually remember where the one was that I gave up on. It was probably closer to over there, though. I think I can see it from here, yeah. It was like on a beach. Oh, there's one over there, too. So that's at least 2 that I can still see. Those might be the only ones. Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Thankfully, you can just barely outpace these Zerglings. There we go. Interestingly, they completely did away with the entire base level part. When I first left, I thought they were just skipping out, because like, oh yeah, you just want to get out, right? But, I'm not actually entirely sure if you can even access the bottom level anymore. You might be kind of locked out for good. Are you the novelty glasses vendor? Also, the camera looks like it's focusing on the blue-haired girl instead of me. I'm gonna buy some glasses for 5,000. I don't have enough money. Crap. Crap. Oh, I don't even have close to enough money. Alright, maybe I can visit a store? Crap. Forgot how expensive they were. Because obviously, we obviously have a use for glasses now. Ooh, you're good. You're quite good. Yes, put those ones on. You're a duplicate of what I'm already wearing. Well, crap. I guess I'll just sell what I have and see where that ends us up. Otherwise, I'll have to do other stuff for a while, because those are expensive. These are not going to get me there. No, they're not. Oh well. It's something? At least? Sure. Alright, we're above 3 grand. That's a start. Gonna have to come back later, though. Let's see if I can find another one of those... Yeah, I guess at that point, my next objective is gonna be... go back out there and either find more of those portals, or go after the... what was it? The abandoned school.